since we are spiritual practitioners, I might as well take this opportunity to talk more about this topic about people have been talking about the Dalai Lama, right? Everyone has an idea. Everyone has the different ideas and biasness, and of course, I receive a lot of messages. Actually, the first thought when I heard about it is like, oh, I don't even know him in person, so it doesn't concern me at all. Well, my work is also not affiliated to him, so personally and professionally, nothing to do with me, and in fact, nothing to do with the most of us in the world. As I delved deeper into that, today I was at the gym. Now just thinking about it again, then I realized why are people talking about it? Because they are content creators, right? They're media. That's the whole point to give their opinions or to talk about something. Then they gather more viewership, more followers, and that's about it. So what are we really feeding? What are we really commenting about when we look at things that happen in the world? It could be about spiritual leaders. It could be about political leaders. And when we comment on them or we discuss about them, how much time have we wasted? It's just generating profits for or revenue and growth for content creators and the media, if you think about it. Right? In fact, it's about how we want to protect. We can't, I mean, how we want to use our minds in a more useful ways. Since we think so many thoughts a day, we have, each of us have limited bandwidth, mental bandwidth that we have each day based on work, personal responsibilities, personal interests that we want to pursue. So I think this is a very good time for us to look at it. You know, how are we using our minds? Because we can't prevent media from coming into us, but whether we want to latch onto it or not, and that's our call. And the other thing on the spiritual part of it is that I read one of my friends, she posted this, Erin Lee, she's going to teach MBSR over here in July. So she pointed out a phrase of what the Buddha said, that the teaching is a finger pointing to the moon. We should not be attached to the moon and mistake you should not be attached to a finger and mistake it as the moon, because the truth, what leads us to liberation, is actually the moon itself. So teachings that obviously come from teachers, sometimes ChatGPT these days, right, is the finger. So we don't attach to the finger. What we want as practitioners, it is for the moon. And then what happens if you follow a teacher who has controversies? So I personally followed teachers who had a very bad history and very bad past as well, and very terrible behaviors. Right? So it took me a while at that point of time to realize that, oh, there's some value over here that I'm learning. At first, people were telling me, oh, don't look at your master's bad behaviors. I was like, you should practice what he preached, right? You should embody the teachings, right? So I have a lot of these kind of ideas. But then when as the years pass, I realized, no, I'm here because I want to learn something. So I'm just going to look at what I'm here for. I'll take it, and then I'll just be quiet and get it over and done with. I think it's not just about following teachers or teachings. It's about the things that we encounter in our life. You want to go on a trip, you want to make a change in your life, you want to do something. What are you there for? So it's very important to remember what you're there for. You chose a path, you chose a destination. Obviously, there's something that lures you, there's something that you want to get from it. But sometimes we get distracted by the miscellaneous stuff around us. Right? So we can actually learn to focus. Why am I here today, for example? Why did I wake up? Why do I go to that restaurant? I go to a restaurant because I would love to order so and so from the menu. And it doesn't matter if the waiter or the waitress was rude to you. It doesn't matter. That's not the point of getting to the restaurant. The point is to go there and enjoy that meal. It doesn't matter if someone cuts into your lane. The point is that you're there for the meal. So as long as we know what we're doing, what we're there for, and focus on that, focus, it's not the goal, it's the purpose. Focus on that purpose, and that's it. A lot of things can fade past. We don't have to be worked up over small little things. There was once I went to I went to some kind of what do you call that? It was run by a charity, some physical treatment, massage treatment place. I went there. I went there with a friend, and I was there because we just bring her mom there to get the treatment. And then she was very fed up with how with the whole organization of the logistics and the admin people. So she was really, really frustrated. And then someone cut into her queue as well. And she got so worked up, right? But her mom was actually enjoying the treatment, and it's free anyways. And she got so worked up, she started screaming, "You guys are a freaking cult," you know? And she was just screaming and yelling about that, but they're not even trying to sell her anything. It's free. They say, "Oh, you have to watch this video to understand the kind of treatment that we're providing." Then someone cuts a queue or interrupted her, and she got so fed up and got so pissed off. And then I just laughed. Right? She's like, "Why are you laughing? Why didn't you tell that person off?" I was like, "Tell that person off for cutting your queue." to affect the whole day, and I'm going to scold someone just because a person cuts my queue. For what? It's like, yeah, but they're disrespecting us. Are disrespecting us in what? Well, what are we losing? What are we losing? We lose like a few seconds, and that's it, right? Why do I have to get worked up about it? Thank goodness I have practice, because if you rewind 20 years ago, I would have smashed the person's face. That hit me. I was like, wow. Oh, how often do you get worked up over small little things? And what do we actually lose when someone interrupts us? Right? How much time and energy we waste by choosing to be distracted by these kind of things. Ultimately, when I learned is that no one can really come and disrupt our paths and our lives, because our purpose change. Sometimes our purpose change based on the circumstances we find ourselves in. You want to go to McDonald's, and then that McDonald's maybe has a pest issue, you reach there, or fumigation is going on, you can't get your McDonald's, and you go somewhere else, right? Means your purpose change. You can't get your Big Mac, but you're still out for food, you can do something else. And okay, let's shift. So momentarily knowing our purpose, knowing when it changes as well, so we can be free in this way. So be it when we're out to get something, or we want to practice for enlightenment, for awakening or healing, is the same thing. When we practice, we go deep within ourselves, things change. And then the tools that we use for the practice, they change as well. Maybe you want to sit just to be silent, and then something painful comes up. Automatically, you switch to self-compassion, you switch to metta, and you look at it. Right? We can't say that, oh, there's something disturbing. No, I just want peace today. I just want peace. I just want peace. I want my mind to be still. We can't do that, because something came up, requires our attention. So even that purpose of the meditation has changed. So bit by bit, that's how we can apply our attention, being aligned with our purpose in each and every moment, every time in our point of time in our lives. Then learn to let go when things change. The reason we suffer is because we grasp on the things that we should not even be grasping onto. Because when we grasp onto it, we have a certain kind of hope. And what comes with hope? There's a fear as well. Fear of not getting it, fear of losing something. And that's how we can actually be liberated, by using, I would say, the Dalai Lama news. Right? Just use that to see how many people are caught up. And if you hate media, mainstream media, then if you're commenting about it, congrats. You just sustain their business. Because we are the viewers, we are the readers. That's the whole point, to generate UGC, right? User-generated content. That's us. We're the pawn. So it's very easy to say that we hate big industries, but hello. In a way, when we point a finger out, 3 fingers are pointing back on ourselves. So when it doesn't matter to us, it doesn't matter. So a lot of things don't actually matter to us at all. How much can it really affect our lives? So there's this saying, when there's a real problem, how big a problem is it? Right? How big is it really a problem? It's going to affect the way you breathe. Is it going to affect anything major? In our society, and anyone can be on this call, I would say that number one, you will not starve to death. Number two, you will never go homeless. So I don't think there's much we need to worry about in life, because right now that we're sitting here enjoying the AC, enjoying access to electricity, there are a lot of people in the world that have no access to food. They might be starving right now. Maybe there's a kid somewhere that wants to study her homework and there's no light. Maybe she can't even use the hurricane or the kerosene lamp because they need it for something else. And they have to figure out, should I study so that I can change my life and my future, my family's future, or should I just save this whatever, for cooking tomorrow? Right? That's a real problem. And we actually don't have such problems to deal with. So being aware of the privileged life we have, it's useful. It can humble us, and we can look like, oh, our problems are there, but we don't have to suffer so much just because of one emotion.